everybody. Welcome back to Coffee and the Tea. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what tea I am spilling today. Of course, I have my coffee, and I want y'all to know I needed that coffee today. This has been a day. I am not going to expand any more on that, but trust me, I needed that coffee today. All right, we have some good tea today. Okay. But before we get into the tea, I want you to go in your settings, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload, and give me a thumbs up so you'll know you're helping me feed that algorithm that doesn't want any eyeballs to see my channel. So please help me to feed that um, algorithm. All right, let's get into the tea. The first person we're going to talk about is somebody I really like, Alexis Ohanian. And he is the husband of another one of my faves, Serena Williams. And he just recently took his ex account and pretty much said that he had a full body scan and he found out that he had Lyme disease. He is presently getting it treated, but he had no symptoms. Now, see, I learned something because I did not know that you could have Lyme disease and not have symptoms. I know the big C. I'm trying to censor myself because it's certain words that you say on YouTube that it goes crazy. So I'm gonna say that the C, didn't you know the C that we recently just went through in 2020? I knew that you could have that and not have symptoms, but I did not know that you could have Lyme disease and you didn't have to have symptoms. That is something new for me. And I'm so glad he doesn't have symptoms, but I'm sure that, if it went untreated, he probably would start to have him or something, you know. It could not be good. But yeah, and then he went on to go into all his other issues like his cholesterol, his bad cholesterol was and his good cholesterol was low, he said, and but overall, he doesn't have any issues except the Lyme disease, which he is getting treated. All right, let's move on to our next person. And the next thing we're going to talk about is Michael Jackson's estate. Well, Katerine Jackson, who the estate mostly was left to her and his three children, they are not they don't run his estate. It is other people running the estate. I did not know that. I thought whatever Miss Jackson said, this is how it's going to be, that would be how it was going to be. Because when he died, he had the three minor children and her, and they got the bulk of his estate. Well, it's not like that. Evidently it is people on like a board of his estate and they make decisions on different things, and what they did was they made a decision to sell his catalog, his song catalog, to Sony Records. Well, Miss Jackson did not agree with that, so she filed a suit. And the three judge panel ruled tentatively against her. And in the board, I guess the estate board favor, because they made a decision to sell his catalog without her approval. Go figure. And her the premise that she used to sue them and try to stop the sale of the his what am I trying to say? his music catalog was that it would go against what was said in his will. But the judges said that she should have brought that up earlier. So right now, it's a tentative. This is what it says. It said Michael Jackson's estate wins a tentative ruling to end $600 million catalog war with Katerine Jackson. That's how much his catalog, his song catalog, is worth. 600 million. So they were trying to sell it to Sony. And so far, they have been given the green light to continue. And I really don't agree with that. That's why you really have to be careful. If you have money, you really have to be careful how you word and how you set up things to be done after you leave here. Because I think Michael Jackson is probably like Prince, but Prince did not make any kind of preparation. And I'm gonna I go into that one some other time. But he made no preparation, had no will or anything. At least Michael had a will. But he appointed these people as part of his estate to manage his estate. And I really feel that when you are, I just put it this way, when you are dealing with a lot of money, you really need to be careful who are the people you tap to manage that money because they don't always have the best interests of the people that are supposed to be the recipient or the person who had passed away. They don't always adhere to that person's intent and desires because Miss Jackson said it went against what Michael had in his will. So it is a mess. Miss Jackson, I think, is in her 90s. I wonder what's going to happen once she pass away. It's still the three children. All are grown now. I think even I think he calls himself BJ now, Blanket. He is I think he's like 18. So I am gonna watch this story. And if anything else come up, I will report back. But very, very interesting how they went against her wishes and the wishes of Michael's will to sell his catalog. All right. Okay, good news, good news. Michael Strahan's 19-year-old little girl who in January was diagnosed with a brain cancer, brain tumor, a malignant brain tumor, has gone through all of her chemo and has been um, said to be cancer free. Good news, good news. And she documented all that she went through on her YouTube channel. And she recently had her port taken out. And it's just happy times. And it says amazing news from Michael Strahan's daughter, Isabella. She is officially cancer free. The 19-year-old revealed the news on Thursday in a goodbye hospital video on her YouTube channel. 1 month after her final treatment for her brain tumor, amazing news from Michael Strahan's daughter, Isabella. She is officially cancer free. The clips show Isabella at the, okay, wait a minute. Oh, it kind of just goes through a lot of what she went through. Um, I'm just gonna say I have another channel. It's called the Royal Read, and where I cover the royal family. And I know, me being American, covering the royal family, but I got interested in it when an American girl married into that royal family and how she was treated when she became a part of it. And that triggered me into being more interested. And I just said all that to say this. This little girl went through cancer and she put up a fight. And she looked like she put up a fight. She did not show up at Wimbledon with her hair done and looking like she just came off the beach. This little girl showed that she had been in a fight. And that's one reason why I'm not calling no names. It's hard for people to believe that you can look as good as she looks with, and says she went through the fight and continuing chemo. This little girl had a brain tumor and she didn't go through that much chemo. And this, they want us to believe that she's going through 9 months of it. Just saying. So happy to hear that Isabella is cancer free. So happy that she is doing well. And I hope she gets back to college and just have a wonderful, wonderful life. I saw on her YouTube channel she has a little boyfriend and they're so happy. And I just wish all good things for her from this point on. All right, moving on. Our next bit of tea is about Priscilla Presley. And it's another thing about these estates. You know, Priscilla Presley was married to Elvis Presley. And she just filed a suit. It says Priscilla Presley suing for financial elder abuse, claimed that ex-associates stole over $1 million. And it says Priscilla Presley is suing several former business associates, claiming that she has been a victim of financial elder abuse. And I believe every word of it. TMZ has obtained legal documents filed by Priscilla Presley's lawyer, Marty Singer, Thursday, claiming that a woman named Bridget, uh, how do you pronounce her name? Crubs. I think it's Cruz. I think that's the way you pronounce it. And several others took advantage of her and bilked her out of more than $1 million. Presley claims Cruz is a con artist and a pathological liar who took over control of PP finances, forced her into a form of indentured servitude. And it goes on into the article. Basically, what PP, what is it called? PP, uh, what is, oh God, what is it? PP's financial controller, who took control of her finances. Basically, what Priscilla was doing, you know, she made money off the images of Elvis Presley, like memorabilia and stuff like that. And this woman was taking the bulk of the money, and she was getting like 20% of it. Like it says, the associate received a whopping 80% of her income. Now, I think Priscilla is well into her 70s. So, yeah, it can be elderly abuse, financial abuse, because a lot of times, especially people raised in that era, are very trusting of people. And we live in a time now that you can't trust anybody, especially when it comes to your money. So, do I believe this? Absolutely, I do. And it said among the many claims, Presley says her ex-business partner blew up a deal where Presley would receive the ownership interest in a cosmetic company and instead settle for $300K 6K upfront payment, which she claims they put in a bank account that they control. They have been taking advantage of this lady for a minute, and it's really sad. And I hope she gets her money back. I have no sympathy for people who grift, basically, and that's what it is. And she seemed like she is a grifter and has taken advantage of Priscilla Presley. All right, moving on. It's time for our stupid people doing stupid stuff segment. And who is our stupid person? This one right here. Like I say, you cannot say that I don't seek, find, and bring the stupidest people to this segment on this channel. And it's not that hard because it's so much stupidity out in the world today. It is so many people doing so much stupid stuff that it's an endless supply for this channel. I could just make a channel off of stupid people doing stupid stuff instead of making it just a segment. And maybe one day I will, but for now, it's going to stay as a segment in this particular channel. Here he is. And as you can see, he looks like he is not as bright as your average guy. And let's read what he did. It said Arizona boy 9 found dead, decomposing, and sitting upright in a home filled with spiders, bottles of urine, says the sheriff. The boy's father is facing child abuse and neglect, homicide charges, and said he should have called somebody when his son went limp, as the deplorable conditions of the home are detailed. An Arizona father had been charged in connection with his 9-year-old son's death after police found the boy in the state of decompensation in the home filled with spiders, trash, soil, diapers, and bottles of urine. Joseph Gregory Antonson, 38, is facing charges of child neglect and child abuse, homicide, and is being held on a $500,000 bond. It should be higher, but looking at him, $500,000 is just like 500 million for him. He ain't gonna get out. According to the press release obtained by KOLD reporter Mary Coleman, the Pullman County Sheriff Department responded to a residence in the Tucson Mountain District and found a dead 9-year-old boy inside on July 14th. Per probable cause document, deputies who located the child found him on the couch in a sitting position and in the process of decompensation. The home, meanwhile, was described as cluttered, with piles of trash located around the couch where the boy was found. Also found near the couch lots of empty beer cans, large piles of soiled diapers, rotten food, large amounts of 1-gallon bottles filled with appears to be urine, and a lot of insect activity, including black widow spiders, brown recue spiders, and spider webs everywhere throughout the halls of the home. The house also had a running water, The house also had no running water or working toilets, said authority. Per the documents, Alterson said his son fell ill on July 12th. Thought, I bet one of them spiders bit that baby. I bet one of them spiders bit that baby and killed that baby. And Bobo walking around there. Thought he said he was going to take him to get checked out by the doctor. The boy began shuddering and going limp before he stopped breathing. Elton's allegedly said he couldn't find a pulse. He said that then he left the home without his son and didn't return until the 14th. Allison declined to speak with the deputies further. I bet one of them spiders bit that baby and killed that baby. I wonder where his mother's at. Just so sad. I just have this. It's children and elderly people are so vulnerable. And when people take advantage of them, I feel some kind of way about it. I'm not going to lie. I am a professional and I have dealt with situations like that that involved child child abuse and elderly abuse. And I just have nothing for people who hurt children and elderly people. It really gets with me. And so this guy, I don't think he hurt his child, but his neglect, and maybe it has something to do with his mental capacity, because in order to live in that kind of environment, it has to be something going on there. But that poor little baby, I bet you he was bitten by one of those spiders in that messy, horrible home. God rest his soul. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.